Hi guys, back with tip number 3 today. I saw that many of you have not received your curriculum from your schools yet, so I thought I would talk about something that the boys and I do all year round. Even the summer, we read books together. And I have a 13-year-old and we still read books together. So I think it is really great time and it brings about some great conversations based on what you're reading that might not otherwise come about. So I thought I'd go over a list of some of our favorites. I actually did talk to the boys about the books that they've liked the best over the years. I'm going to start with the younger kids. We read this when Ben was in second grade. It's Little House, Big Woods by Laura Ingalls Wilder. Very good, and it'll take you a while. You don't have to read for a long time, 10, 15 minutes, unless you guys are having a good time and want to keep going. Another one for that same age group that we really liked is The Sign of the Beaver. So again, this is for the younger kids. The older kids would like it too, but this was a great one if you have the younger kids at home. This also would go younger or older, and this is one of their all-time favorite, but my kids love all books that involve animals. Black Beauty was one of our favorites. Classic. This one you might not have heard of, and they loved this. It's called Seaman, and it's the story about Lewis and Clark, but it's told through not through the eyes of the dog that goes along, but this was a real dog that traveled with Lewis and Clark, and it's a fictional story that kind of tells of their adventures and their learning at the same time. So this is maybe for a little bit older now. From here on out, it gets a little older, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, somewhere around there. We just read this one this year, and I loved it. George Washington Carver. It's a historical fiction about his life, and I found him very, very fascinating. Daniel Boone was one of, I have 3 boys, keep in mind, that one that they absolutely loved. So this one was written by Janet and Jeff Bang, and they loved to hear the stories about Daniel Boone. All right, now we're getting to 2 that I picked, some of my favorites. Carry On, Mr. Bowditch. That is Jean Lee Latham. Really, really good. The Witch of Blackbird Pond by Elizabeth George Spear, another one of my top favorites that we've read over the years. And then I don't have this one because I read it on Kindle, but Navigating Early by Claire Von Ducamp or something like that. Navigating Early is one that we all hands down said was one of our favorite books we've ever read together, and that was all of us. So I think it could cover the age range as long as they're not too little, not able to sit for a while. Okay, now I do have another book that I would recommend for those who are interested in Christian literature. This is one that I went through with the boys, and it was so good for their Christian walk. So Pilgrim's Progress for kids, strongly recommend. And you can even do that your time in the morning to get the day started, just little chapters. They're very short. And then there's also another one, more from a Christian perspective, again, that we're going to read this summer that I've read before. It's called The Hiding Place, and it's by Corrie ten Boom. I'm going to read that with the older kids, and it is about World War II. But it's a very important book, and it just depends how deep you want to get during this time that's already hard enough. So those are my book recommendations that kind of cover the gamut of ages. But I also wanted to talk about this book that you could go through with your younger kids if they are worried about everything that's going on right now. It's called What to Do When You Worry Too Much, A Kid's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety. It's by Dawn Hubner, and it is excellent. And you can go through it just a little bit every day. We actually are doing this for our health class right now. We have started at the beginning of the semester, and it's got some very helpful tips if your kids are having trouble with being anxious about all the things happening in our world today. So hope that this book list helps, and 15 minutes a day, and it's a great time with your kids. So enjoy your books.